Hello, everybody, and welcome to Iron Deck. I'm your host, Dr. Pete. Today, a little bit different video. I got some cards graded. This is a company called Premier Card Grading. They do not sponsor the channel. I kind of wish they would. But no, I paid for this cold hard cash and got some of my higher end cards graded and cards that I really care about that mean a little something to me. And it was, the thing that I really like about this company is they charge per card, regardless of what the card is. Some of the grading companies out there will scale the cost of their grading based on what you have. So, a common card would be one price, and then if you want to grade like a Black Lotus, it's, 30, 40 times the price or something crazy like that. This, $20 a card. That's it. And the really cool thing about it, they ran a special, so I was able to get the expedited grading for the price of regular grading. So it was $20 a card, and I sent in 10. The website was really easy to use, and I mailed everything in, and then you can follow your tracking on the website. Kind of, it's in the middle of grading, it's in the middle of quality control, it's shipping back to you, etc. I don't know what they graded at, so this will be a little surprise for us. And one of them was spoiled, one card, because when you click on your submission tracker after it's been graded, it lists all of the gradings. And so I saw one of them, and it was good, so I'm happy. But let's open this. Let's see what we got. I have not opened this yet, so I don't even know what the packaging looks like. And here we go. So here's the slabs. The thing I like about these is that, about this company, is that these tags at the top, telling you the grading, are they're metal. They're laser engraved into the metal, and if you have Gem Mint 10, they give you a what do you call it? It's like actually gold plated. So it's very unique, very cool, quick turnaround, and they specialize in cards. You've got PSA, obviously, they're kind of the benchmark for grading. Beckett also grades cards. I know I've heard rumblings online that maybe their grading isn't as accurate, or it's a little harsher. Or then there's that issue, I think, with altered cards. So if you send in like a rebacked beta card or something like that, they send it back to you as altered instead of, kind of sort of counterfeit. But I don't know. But anyway, let's go through my cards here and see what I've graded. So the first one, I can see the name on the back. This is a Judge Promo Wheel of Fortune. My wife bought this for me for my birthday a few years ago, which was yesterday, which is kind of cool. And it has like tripled in value since she bought it, so that's pretty awesome. Which of course she comes out with well, why don't you sell it? It's like, no, you don't understand how this works. We hold on to these things. I always joke I'm a black hole for cards. I get them and then I keep them. So let's see what we get for our Wheel of Fortune Judge promo. Boom. An 8. 9.5 centering. Corners are 8. Edges 9.5, and surface is a 7. That's, that whole surface thing, that's an issue with these old foils where they kind of cloud over, and it's just kind of the technology that they used back then, and so we see it. But yeah, this is a metal engraved, laser engraved reading. You get all your subgrades on there. So there's our Wheel of Fortune. All right, moving on. We got a Soul Ring. This is a Kaladesh invention. I cracked this in a pack, and that was pretty darn exciting. Kaladesh was the first set that got me back into Magic. I think before Kaladesh, the last time I played anything or bought anything was Planar Chaos. So then Kaladesh came out, and I started buying some packs and cracked this beauty. Let's see what we get. Boom. Ooh, 9.5. So the corners got me at a 9. Everything else is a 9.5. Beautiful. Got the gold on there. It's a Gem Mint, and that is exciting, and I'm happy for that to go into my collection. Sorry about the camera shake. My little dachshund is at my feet right now, and he just bumped the table. All right, so this next card. So this is a game called Anarchy, and I know the I know the creator of the game, and he made this game called Anarchy. It's a lot of fun. I'll show you the card in a minute. It's kind of like combines a card game with kind of tabletop Warhammer dice throwing. And so you have a card, instead of it having a power and toughness, it has a dice throw for attack and defend. And so it adds a little extra variant to the game, makes it a lot of fun. I think one time I was playing and I was dead. I needed to roll like 3 sixes to survive. Sure enough, Yahtzee rolled the 3 sixes and won on the crackback. It was pretty awesome. So this card, as a promo, Joe, the creator of this game, he knows some celebrities out in Vegas, and he got Danny Trejo in on the game and made a card for Danny Trejo. And so this was a promo that came with the initial sets, or the alpha basically of Anarchy, and it is signed by Danny Trejo. So let's see what we get. Authentic. Okay, which makes sense. They weren't there for the signing of the card. It's pretty cool. I love Danny Trejo, Anarchy, non-foil. So you get your attack and your defend. If Danny Trejo attacks a follower with a melee, then the attack deals wounds instead of hits. That's all into kind of like the game mechanics, but it's a fun game. Suggest you look into it. It's cheap. They don't have like big chase cards. That was one of the designs that Joe wanted. Was he didn't want a pay-to-play kind of mechanic. So you want the cards, you just get the cards and open packs and you'll get them. So yeah, very cool. My Danny Trejo signed Anarchy card. Next, Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines. I got this because it had the Step and Complete foil. I cracked it. It's not worth a lot of money, but let's see what we get here. Boom, 9.5. Beautiful. So we've got 9.5 centering. The corners are a 10, so almost got there. Edges 9.5, surface 9.5. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I kind of did that for the novelty. All right, next we have another Anarchy card. Notice the name. Dr. Pete Sawbones. I pitched in and helped kind of, in the initial versions of the set, you could get yourself put into the game. And they put me into the game. It was a nice treat. I had no input on the card or anything. Let's see what my grade is, and then I'll explain what's on the card. Boom, 9.5. So centering's a 10, corners are a 9.5, edges are a 9, and the surface is a 9.5. That's awesome. So that's me. You notice in the background here, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a 1969 Lotus Elan on fire. That's my car. I inherited it from my dad, who inherited it from my great uncle, who first built the car out in England and used to track it at Brands Hatch back in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And I have the car now. I'm in the process of restoring it. It runs, it drives. Now I've got to do all the interior. So this card means a lot to me. It's cool. I'm in a game. I'm part of the Cannibal faction. The quick background to Anarchy is there's this whole thing about the world's going to end. It's some kind of nuclear problem, and they build an ark that's going to get all the humans off the planet. And it's really a scam. They were just going to do the elites. And during launch for the first arc full of the elites, which was going to be the only launch, the arc blows up. So all that's left is all the humans on Earth. They've all been affected by radiation, and there's giant alligators, and every faction is different. So there's the cannibals, there's the hippies. It's definitely an adult-themed game. I think there's a faction of furries. There's a faction of people who only cosplay. So yeah, pretty cool. So that's my Dr. Pete Sawbones at a 9.5. Next, one of my favorite cards in Magic, we have Emrakul, the Eon's Torn. This is the Double Masters textured foil, and I pulled it. I play Sneak and Show and Tell, whatever, Omnitel, however, and it always uses Emrakul. And I had one of the textured foils. I cracked it in a pack on this channel, actually. So I sent it off for a grade. Let's see what we get. Ooh, just a 9. But that's not bad. We got a 9.5 on the centering and surface, and we got 9s on the corners and edges, which, I mean, I never touch these cards. I crack them, I put them, I double sleeve them, and then stick them in a binder, but I guess that's just how they come from the factory sometimes. But a beautiful textured Emrakul. Next, Mox Diamond. This is the From the Vault Mox Diamond. It's definitely not a 9.5 because we got silver up here, but this card also, just a beautiful card. I have a few regular Mox Diamonds, so I figured I can go ahead and slab this and use the others for decks. So let's see what we get. A 9. Mainly because the corners got an 8.5 and the rest got 9. So that's not bad. I thought I would have taken a hit on some of the foiling, but then again, the From the Vault foils are extra special gloss, so you don't get that fogging that you get with the other versions of the foil cards from back in the day. All right, moving on, we got a Mana Vault. This is another Kaladesh invention, and we'll just go right for it. Here we go. Boom, a 9. Wow, corners got a 10. That's awesome. Edges like only got an 8. Again, that's, I think, is part of the, if you ever handled one of these inventions, I think it has to do with like kind of the clear varnish that they put over it, and then it comes in and cuts it. And I think it's just like a factory damaged edge, pretty much. They're always, the edges are never good on these cards. Actually, what did I get on the other invention here for the edges? Oh, 9.5. Well, there you go. Anywho, so much for everything I just said. But yeah, beautiful card. I love the inventions. In my opinion, that's the best special chase card Magic has ever made. All right, next we have a Llanowar Elves. This is from Foundations. It's one of the special full art foils. We have some gold, so let's see what we get. Boom. Oh, we got a 10. We got a 10. The corners are a 10, the surface is a 10, and then the centering and edges got a 9.5. Wow, that's beautiful. Gem Mint 10. I guess it's really hard to get a quad 10, huh? Because that card is pretty darn clean. All right, beautiful. This one surprises me because I'm looking at the back of it now. This is a serialized bobblehead that I pulled on the channel, the Endurance bobblehead, and I thought the card looked pretty good. Looking at the back, I guess I took a hit on the centering, but the rest of the card was actually quite beautiful. Let's see what we got. We got a 9. Okay. So the corners were a 10, edges are a 9, surface is an 8. See, to me, that surface I thought was perfect. But anyway, centering 9.5. Beautiful card, number 88 of 500. And this is it. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I have nothing to do with this company. I just thought I would give it a shot and send out some of my favorite cards off to get graded. And yeah, here we are. For 20 bucks a card instead of having to upscale your price for everything in between. PCG grading. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.